And welcome back. It's still Tuesday, but this is the actual Tuesday one. And James Reamer asked the question, who will win a fight? Pumpkinhead versus the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers, and Pumpkinhead from Pumpkinhead. Now, the reason I chose this one is no real particular reason. It's just one of the suggestions he gave me, and I try to go by each of the people who gave me suggestions down in order and just rotate it thoroughly every time I get a chance. And this one would fit better at Halloween, but I honestly have a lot of backlogged like Halloween suggested ones or like horror icon themed ones, which just fit better for Halloween. So I will do one every now and then throughout the years or throughout the months leading up to Halloween. I'm just gonna say the majority of them for Halloween. So if you've given me one that's like that involves Pennywise or Jason or any horror icon really, if I haven't gotten to that, that's just because I'm saving the majority of them for Halloween. That's not to say I'm not going to get to one every now and then like right now. I'm just saving the majority of them. But hey, for some horror fans, Christmas can still be a horror-themed Halloween joy fest. Anywho, so the Creeper. Now, we still don't know anything okay, that's not true. We know enough about the Creeper. We just don't know like his origin, what he really is. But the general consensus for most fans and like the people involved, the people in the movie, he's some sort of demon. He sleeps 23 years and he wakes up. Excuse me. Every 23rd spring for 23 days he feeds. So he sleeps for about 23 years. Now he takes the form of a humanoid. He wears like a old 1900s duster, my kind of jacket guy, fedora. He looks more like he's some sort of demon of some kind. He's like reptilian-esque, and essentially he hunts down individuals, feeds on them, and you basically replaces parts of his body with parts of other people, or parts of his victims. And there is a piece of glass in my bed. What the fuck? Okay, that was odd. Yeah, now he possesses wings, he possesses talons on his feet as well. He also possesses a hood. Now, the hood is very interesting in this, is that the hood, from everything I can find out, I think I've seen like the first one. I've never seen the other two, but I read up on the Creeper before I did this one, and I know enough about him before I'm going into this, or at least a decent amount. Is that the hood is actually separate from the actual, like, there's the human body part, like the claws, the head, everything like that. And then there's the thing that apparently is the wings and the webbed hood that attaches to the back of his head. And if everything kind of sounds right with what I'm reading, that seems, because he's literally replaced his head at one point. The hood reattached it to a head of a victim, and it just turned into the Creeper's head. So he replaced his head at one point. He took like a blast through the head. He's taking fatal shots all the time. And he can just basically replace his body parts and regenerate from that. Plus, he's got high durability anyway. He can take gunshots, stab wounds, no problem whatsoever. Granted, he still feels pain, but he can still take that. But it seems that the hood itself is the actual Creeper. So, theoretically speaking, I don't think they've done this yet in the movies, if you could take out the hood, like blow up, incinerate, whatever, we can destroy or kill the hood part of him, that might legitimately kill the Creeper himself. But no, he follows by fear, basically. He basically instills fear so he can follow the scent of things he likes in the body. Like when he was following Justin Long, I believe, in the first one, he was after his eyes. You could tell, because his eyes were like milky, blind. When parts of him were starting to go bad, those are the parts he tries to replace. Lost his hand at one point, replaced it with another person's hand. And at the end of the movie, you see that he has Justin Long's eyes in there. So, yeah, and of course he's capable of fight. He's got enhanced strength, capable of flipping automobiles. He's actually pretty intelligent. He's capable of maintaining and driving a truck. Has harpoons attached to his truck, blades, an axe, throwing stars. So he's pretty sneaky too. He's pretty clever in knowing how to screw with people. He likes to do that. So he's always been a cool movie monster. Now, Pumpkinhead is essentially a demon of revenge / vengeance. When basically you summon the pumpkin, you're summoning this demon who goes after the people, the accused, the ones that they want the summoner wants them to go after. And basically he's fully connected to the summoners. So basically, anything that he's experiencing, the summoner's experiencing, and vice versa. That's honestly the only way, far as I've read, that you are able to kill him is because if you hurt the summoner, you hurt him. You hurt him if you can hurt him. The summoner might feel it, but it's not going to kill him. The summoner will also feel all the pain that Pumpkinhead's enacting. Now, Pumpkinhead himself, he doesn't really have, he's not capable of flight, is from what I can tell. He's just insane durability, strength, persistence, intimidation. Very animalistic, though, with mild intelligence. And if there are more summoners involved, the bigger and stronger he is when he appears. However, for every summoner that's killed, if there's multiple people involved, the weaker and smaller he's going to show up every time. So he's very powerful, very fierce, but they're both susceptible to their weaknesses. So how does this fight break down? Well, let's actually make this a really interesting. Let's put it this way. When you think of this crossover, this is like a legitimate movie that could happen, because how the Creeper wreaks havoc every 23 years. So let's say 10 townsmen find out about this legend about the Pumpkinhead, that if you make the proper sacrifices and all that and proper preparations, you can summon him to reap your vengeance. Well, let's say these 10 people go and summon him to take on the Creeper. There's your movie right there. You can send me the check, thanks, because that is a very easy plot, I think, and a very workable plot. It's like, okay, we need to fight a demon with a demon. Let's summon the Pumpkinhead. It's like, our souls will be damned for this, and yeah, it's basically that the user's soul is damned, more or less. It's like, yeah, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth damnation to finally get his, whatever. So Creeper's now walking around town. All of a sudden, he hears something, because he's probably got enhanced senses, being demonic or whatever, and just you smell around. He smells Pumpkinhead, but Pumpkinhead's being, kind of like, and now he's actually kind of like, he pulls out an axe because he has an axe, and all of a sudden Pumpkinhead's right there, just boom, smashes him, and he goes flying, drops the axe, and he just gets up, and he gets in, and they both roar at each other real quick, just. And then the fight goes down. Now he's gonna do that. Physically speaking, I would actually put, because I don't know if we've seen anything in terms of lifting a car like Jeepers Creepers did, the Creeper did from Pumpkinhead. But Pumpkinhead is still pretty strong. But I'm actually gonna get a strength advantage over the Pumpkinhead, or the Creeper. So Creeper's gonna come in and just boom, uppercut him. He's gonna go flying a bit, but out of 10 for 10 people, if you remember how big he was far bigger than a normal person. In the first movie, like twice the size of a normal person. If we're going proportionate wise, granted he was like normal human size when they used more than one person. So if he's normal human size with one person left from a group, let's assume that he's maybe 15 feet tall. Let's just go that route. So assuming he wasn't that already. We'll go 20. So, they're duking it out, and, he's flying, just, and, Pumpkin just grabs him, just boom, smash him, maybe rips an arm off, and then he pulls his axe, takes one of takes out his knee, but his knee regenerates, and then the people who summon Pumpkinhead are just like, yeah, you can do it. It's like, come on, kill him, and but Pumpkinhead, slices, and maybe someone's reacting to it. It's like, the Creeper, being actually intelligent and hearing these people, knows that, and then he hits Pumpkinhead again. And and the Pumpkinhead's ripping on it, and he's noticing that people are actually hurt, and he's realizing there's a connection to him. So then he, throws it, and then throws the axe at like one of them, and maybe two of them, like, it takes off two of their heads, just, and then all of a sudden Pumpkinhead just starts growing a little smaller and weaker, but still. So now he's realizing. He looks at the people, and he just gives them that smudge. And then, oh god, Pumpkinhead! And then Pumpkinhead jumps up, grabs him, just starts biting in there. And then just. Now here's something interesting. What happens if the frilled collar in the back were to attach onto Pumpkinhead, and he tries to possess Pumpkinhead? How do you think that would go down? I don't think he would try to do that. So instead, he just they're wrestling, and he throws Pumpkinhead on him, crushes maybe another one underneath Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead gets a little smaller. Creeper's now walking in there, grabs his axe again, starts killing people. So maybe it's like at the point when Pumpkinhead gets back up, there's like maybe 4 left, and now he's just they're fighting, but at this point now Pumpkinhead's just losing strength. Creeper just kills another one, and the 2 remaining get away. Maybe they drive off, and it's like and then the Creeper goes after them, flies and just smiles, and eventually, long term, is that Pumpkinhead has an exploitable weakness. The Creeper, unfortunately, does not. Sorry, someone left a comment that was kind of stupid. So, anyway. And now that made me lose track. Where was I? Yeah. So exploitable weakness. Creeper doesn't have an exploitable weakness, as far as we know. We don't know if that hood's an exploitable weakness or not. Pumpkinhead is not. First off, is also not as intelligent, if as intelligent at all as the Creeper, and he has exploitable weaknesses, being the people who summoned him. Let's say if an entire city summoned him, then honestly, you might be looking like a Godzilla-sized Pumpkinhead at that point. That would actually be a kind of cool idea. It's like, okay, it's like, my fellow Americans, today to take on our adversaries, we will summon the Pumpkinhead. Now join in the blood oath, America. You'll have to kill all of America to kill Pumpkinhead. That would be horrible. You get like a Cloverfield-style Pumpkinhead. There you go. There's another sequel pitch for Pumpkinhead. Make an entire country do that. You're going to have to nuke the entire country to kill Pumpkinhead. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's my thoughts on the album. Does Pumpkinhead win at all? If Pumpkinhead were to win, it'd have to be in the real early fight, like almost like the initial confrontation. No, up until a person dies, Pumpkinhead would have maybe a shot. If he can maybe again, if I'm going with the idea that thing in the back, that hood is actually the real Creeper, then if he could kill or crush that, then maybe. In which case, I'll go because there's a lack of information on that, we just don't know. I'm only going to go about 10%, and that's being generous. So 9 times out of 10, I'm going with the Creeper wins this fight. But if you think different, let me know. Put in the comments below. I'll get to it. Put in the comments below. Let's have a fun little debate on it. Wow, I'm slurring. Sorry. Let's have a fun little debate on that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to it at some point. I just who to win. Star Wars, Superhero, Magic, who wins, what ifs. Anything I do with the channel, put that in the comments below as well. Sorry if I'm a little glib. I had like 3 notifications and someone was commenting, and despite that, the guy did subscribe to me. So thank you. It's a weird kind of like he subscribed, but at the same time, like you're asking me if I know the difference between a character and this and character that. It's like, look, I know the difference, but that's like saying if I were to. They commented on a who would win. I did. I don't know why I'm going into this. They commented on a who would win. It's like, dude, do you know the difference between this version of this character and this version of this character? It's like, maybe. But the problem is, if I'm to do that, then I have to compare every single version of the character versus the character he was going up. That's just, when you're doing characters that have multiple versions, unless I'm doing a specific version of the character, you got to pretty much just round out the abilities. So. That's kind of not a fair question to ask, dude. It's like, yeah, sure, maybe I do know the version you're talking about versus the version of this character, but there's God knows how many versions. I can't do a video. I theoretically could, but that would be either too long or too convoluted. You gotta sometimes round this all up. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with one more.